everybody. This is V. Waybill of the Tubes, and you're listening to Heard It on the X.
Hi, folks. Welcome back to Heard It on the X, the East Coast premier music talk show. Just want to have Robbie to calm down, calm down a little bit. He's a little...
I'm going to bring him some throat lozenges today when I stop by.
Poor Robbie. Robbie doing a commercial for Rapids Theater.
For the Rapids Theater show, which we just talked about.
And once again, go down there today to the Rapids Theater, see Derek St. Holmes mention the Heard It on the X radio show, and you get in for free.
You just walk right in.
Walk right in, and you get to be in a DVD.
Yeah, and you get to see a great performance.
Fran Cosmo and Derek St. Holmes.
Derek St. Holmes with our good friend
Michael Hund. Yep. So there's insanity there already.
Yeah.
Michael's
anywhere
involved.
that Michael is, there's insanity.
There's going to be some nonsense going on down there. I want to welcome our guest, Dustin Francis, in the house. How you doing, Dustin?
I'm doing pretty good. We didn't need to tell them, though, Rich, that you said if I spent the most money in the month of October, that I could be on your radio show.
Exactly. So you're here.
And here I am.
That's right. I want to let everybody know, if you want to get on the Heard It on the X radio show, just come and spend a lot of money at the Music Exchange. It really doesn't matter if you can play or not, and we'll just put you on.
That's how I got to co-host.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I used all my student loans, and I just wasted them all at the Music Exchange.
Thank God for you, too.
Yeah, I fed Wu-Hing for a month.
All right, Dustin, what's new and unusual, brother?
I'm playing with Black Widow. And
really played a new 66 Stratocaster, too.
Yeah, that's what put me over the threshold this month. Right, I came in for a lesson, said I wanted to learn how to play guitar, and he said, yeah, I got a great guitar for you.
Believe me, you don't need lessons. And it's interesting because I've kind of watched you grow up. Yeah. You and your dad used to come in the store. Your dad, Barry, used to bring you in all the time. And you were, when you're in the position that I'm in, when you work at a music store, you dread certain people coming in, you know what I mean? And it was always a pleasure when you came in because you were a young kid and you could just play well. You played interesting stuff. I mean, it was just really cool when you just come in.
Yeah, I have that a PV Classic 50 Tweed I bought from you, and I still have that up in my room. I bought my first Strat from you. It was like a 60s reissue. And,
yeah, that's right.
It's funny watching, you see me change, I've seen you, just get bigger and stuff.
Yeah, that's right, that's awesome, right, that's right. He's watched me gain weight.
Yeah.
Excellent. This is going well so far. Don't you feel, Doctor?
I think this is going awesome.
So you've been playing with Black Widow for a couple of years, but before Black Widow, you played with Frank for a long time, too.
Yeah, I don't know how it ended up happening, but I always just seemed to, every time, I felt like I needed to move on or something else, something just happened to pop up. Like I went to school for, 4 years and out near Albany in Troy, New York, and I graduated, but I really wanted to play guitar. I really wanted to do music. So when I got home, it was, who was I? It was real hard to find anything or do anything. So, I was just trying to do my own acoustic stuff, and then this country band, Underground Stampede, picked me up.
Oh, that's right.
And I played with them for a few months. I did the country thing, and, a few months later, I found out that Frank needed a guitar player, and so I auditioned for it, and, it worked out. I mean, his guitar player just quit, and, with just stroke of luck, that moment that I really needed to find a good, solid gig that happened, and, I got really lucky with being in a band with Frank because, he's, as you said before, and everything else, he's had a bunch of young guitar players.
It seems like he's really, he's a friend of all musicians. He really is, and he's launched a bunch of people. I mean, a lot of people have gone through that band.
He is. Me and my dad joke he's like John Mayall,
He is. He really is.
He's had Mick in the band, and
Marty Nightingale was in there.
Yeah.
You yourself.
Yeah, just excellent. Before with Mick and Marty, just like great players that I used to watch. They were playing out, and I would go to festivals and whatever and just watch them. And it was just really cool to follow in their footsteps.
And then Black Widow comes along. You've been playing for a couple of years with Black Widow.
Yeah, and that was pretty wild too. Again, I got just real lucky finding that gig. The thing is, I used to go and watch, Mike and Lana all the time. I used to, throw a Yamaha monitor in my car because I was too young to get in the club. So, I remember down at Mickey Rat's, they were playing down there, and I couldn't get in or nothing like that. I was just maybe 19, something like that, and I just threw a monitor and I just walked right in.
Oh, so you acted like you were bringing it.
Yeah,
that's great.
So, and that's just how I just go set it up next to stage. And Mike knew me, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, I would just always ask him questions. It's just wild that I got to follow in his footsteps.
You're a real student of the game too. I mean, that's something about you. Mick is that way too, where you guys just are constantly researching and trying new things. I mean, your major influence, I'm assuming, is more blues based than anything else. Am I right?
Yeah, I would say it started off like that for sure.
And you've dabbled in country. You've dabbled, and now playing. Black Widow's a premier rock band in the area. They've been that way for 15 years. So it's a whole different bag, really, from what you're doing. But you gather all this experience and tonal qualities, and you're always looking for different tones, different sounds. That's something about you that's really needs to be said, I think.
Well, I think it's really important to me to have your own personality and style, but also be able to, do what's called for with whoever you're playing with. And with Frank and with Lana, I'm sure that, a lot of bands, if someone young comes in, they're kind of told what to do. But with Frank and Lana, like I was, for most part, given free rein to, do what I wanted and that kind of thing. And, that's what definitely has allowed me to grow, for sure.
Yeah, and vocally, you're a strong vocalist, too. I mean, you're a great guitar player. You're a really strong vocalist. And that's something I know Lana appreciates in the band. Your vocals are really outstanding.
That came out of necessity. I probably didn't, I'm 26 now, but I didn't start singing until I was about 21 because, over the breaks, or summer vacations, I'd come back and I'd want to play, but, who wants to pay, just another guitar player?
Right.
When they could just do it as a 3-piece or just bare bones 4-piece and get more money. So, I just started singing, and that allowed me to do like acoustic work, and it just allowed me to be like my own entity within wherever I went. And I always try and use that to make whoever I'm playing with, help what they're doing too.
Right.
Here I am a student because I always watch everyone around me. I used to watch Mike all the time, and what he did I thought was very cool, is that he's his own personality, but he's like a walking jukebox too, and he's able to do anything and everything, and entertain and be all this,
Yeah, Michael, we're talking about Michael Hund here, and Michael is very much, anybody that knows him, it's like he knows every song. It's the craziest thing.
Oh.
But he's, on top of being a brilliant guitar player, I think the thing that sets him apart is just what you said. He's a great entertainer. I mean, he understands the art of entertaining. Sometimes you can't get him to shut it off, Sometimes when you're just talking to him, he wants to do it. But, like you say, you've picked up all these different aspects and even some tertiary things that aren't, closely related to the instrument, but related to the art of doing it. And you deserve credit for that.
Well, thank you very much.
You really do. So you're starting to do some solo stuff now, your own solo stuff, right? This is Dustin Francis by himself.
Yeah.
And you're at Crazy Jake's?
Yeah, this Thursday I'll be playing.
That's cool. And what time does that start?
It starts at 9 o'clock.
And that's relatively new, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to, with like what I'm playing so much with them, but at the same time now I'm really trying to do more of things that just make me happy. I understand, with the music business, there's two sides. There's a side that makes money and people want to hear, and then there's a side that, just satisfies the personal musicians. And,
yeah,
if I'm finding more of that little space to do my own thing, then, that's really fills.
Well, and if I know anything about you, I highly recommend going to see this because he's a wonderful performer. He's a wonderful singer. But I know that from now, 6 months from now, it's going to be a whole different acoustic act because you're that much of a student that changes. So it's going to be something to see. Watch the transformation of that.
It's every day I'm like obsessed about, what can I do? How can I improve? And
that's good.
That's.
And you're recording now.
Yes.
And you don't have like a set date to record or a release date, but there will be something in the future.
Well, yeah, within I would say 9 months. I really want to have something out. I have been always trying to get my name out there in the music scene, but being parts of bands and contributing to that. Now I want to start having an identity on myself, with myself.
Exactly.
And, see where that goes.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that. Now you've been writing. You've probably been writing your whole life, right?
Yeah, my songs. I just play things that I would want to listen to. In the car, and it's I think what fulfills me creatively, just to